All right, I've been making videos about Nintendo nonstop, and I wanted to make a video about the video game industry and a company that used to exist by the name of Blockbuster. And I think this is a serious video, kind of serious video. I think now is the best time ever for Blockbuster to make a comeback. Now, why would I say that? Why would I say something absolutely stupid like this? Physical media is dead. But it isn't, and it is all at the same time. Yes, it is in some instances. But what Nintendo Switch 2 is doing is they are selling us game cards. There's nothing on the cart. There's no real reason to have the cart. It's almost better to have the digital version of it, but you can't sell the digital version of it. You can sell the game cart, but do you want to do that? And that is where a company like Blockbuster could come in really good handy. You know, after I watched that on my one of my videos, the old version of this SNES commercial with I think his name is Paul Rudd or something like that. I got to thinking, 90% of the games that I played on Super Nintendo was because of Blockbuster. And I think a lot of games are really not worth buying because you can beat them so quickly. So I think a good place to buy or to rent them is Blockbuster. Why not? I mean, a lot of people like to get out of their house once in a while and you can go rent videos. A lot of people have nostalgia when you talk about Blockbuster. Everybody's got usually a decent story about a Blockbuster back in the day. And I think it's a perfect opportunity for a company like that to come out and say, look, you got Ubisoft saying that you don't technically own a game anyways. You've got Nintendo, a Switch 2. A lot of these games, not all, but a lot of these games are going on key cards or game cards or whatever they're called. And there's nothing actually on the cart. You've got a lot of games a decent amount of games that aren't really being even put on the discs now for PlayStation 5. Not a ton, that they're still fairly good with that, but there's a lot of games that you can beat pretty much within a weekend, and that was the biggest case back in the day when the Super Nintendo was around. I think the game was Joe and Mac. I remember renting that, and I beat it the day that I got it. And I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't ask for my parents to buy this. I mean, I'm not going to play this game again. That's where like this, the replayable games like Super Mario or even Zelda, Link to the Past, some of the Final Fantasies, some of the games like that, you would replay it. But I think it was Joe and Mac, the prehistoric ones. Even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, like Turtles in Time, that had a replayability. Castlevania, not so much. But there was a lot of games that did not have a replayability, and it was great to just rent them. And you don't have to, what is the $3.99 or something like that to rent the game instead of $49 or $59.99 for the actual game itself. I think it's a perfect opportunity, the perfect storm right now in the video game landscape is to have a physical place though, like a place that you can go to and rent games and maybe possibly movies. I don't know, because what is going on right now I really don't like is it's always made to be looking at us as like, oh, here's a convenience of this. Like, you don't have to trudge around with these game cards anymore or these DVDs or the Blu-rays or something like that. And all of these movies just are on digital. And the movies they want you to see, they let you rent. The movies they don't want you to see, they disappear. You'll never see them again. It's not about a convenience. It's about a control mechanism that they want to have control over everything that you watch and see and do and listen to. That is the reason for creating this digital thing. They call it convenience. They used to, when I remember, not 100%, but it was still kind of going around when I was a kid about, plastic bags being better than brown paper bags. Are you kidding me? like brown paper bags, they disintegrate, 3 seconds after you use them. You're telling me a plastic bag is better for the environment? This is what they were telling us. It's the same thing as, if we want to go into the health field, they used to, when you went to the hospital, you used to be linen sheets. Linen is actually healing. Then they turned them into plastic sheets. Plastic is not healing at all. It's actually detrimental to your health. So they're taking all this physical media away in the name of convenience. It's got nothing to do with convenience. If it had anything to do with convenience, they wouldn't be charging the same for this physical game as they do for a digital one. They would give you an incentive. All they're doing is trying to make it so they have complete control over everything you buy. And I think if they want to have that, then you should have a place to just rent these games, play them, and be done with them. Because even if you buy this game card and it's a key card or whatever with a code on it, when they don't feel like they have a need to let you have it anymore, they just take it away. There's nothing you can do about it. It's written on the back here. You don't own shit. So if you don't own shit, may as well rent it, play it, beat it, be done with it. Make a video about it maybe. You have a reference that you actually played it. Sounds like a win-win to me, because they are trying to make it so you don't own anything. And they are trying to make it so there's nothing on the game card. They are making it so physical media is completely disappearing and they can control everything that you see, watch, and do. So why not play along? Why give them money? Why give these places money? If they're going to brag about how you gave them $60, $70, $80, $90 for the game, but you don't own it anyways, don't give it to them. Let one conglomeration, buy them. You rent it for $3.99, beat it, bring it back. You could rent, 20 games? No, not quite 20 games. Like 15 games for the price of one. Beat it, be done with it. You don't own it anyway. If you're a physical game collector, you don't own that shit. If it's a game card, it's just it's just a lazy thing. You don't feel like typing a digital code into the e-store. That's all it is. It's nothing. There's no servers up. You can't have that game. So I think Blockbuster should make its way back. Why give these companies money? And everybody's coming on here. I can't believe the defense that people are, well, you should just have more money then. Maybe I just don't, and a lot of other people just don't want to be raked over coals. Now, if you do, if you want to defend that, go for it. Go for it. Oh, jam it in there for me. No Vaseline. It's ridiculous. I don't know what your point is. People coming on here defending that stuff. Of course, prices are going to go up. I'm defending. I'm going to buy every single one of them. Cool. Go do it. You don't own it anyway. Whatever. It's to me, it's disgusting what's going on right now. But I do miss the idea of Blockbuster. So maybe it's nostalgia. Maybe seeing that advertisement brought that back in my head. Like, man, I would have to say, like I said in the beginning of this video, like 90% of the games that I played on Super Nintendo was because I rented them from Blockbuster. Because back in the day, games weren't coming out all the time like they are now. And a lot of them, man, you could beat them quick. You could beat them in a weekend. There was no point in owning it. Anyway, that's my video. I saw that Sony's having a state of play tomorrow, but it's only for Borderlands 4. I'm not even going to... I've never gotten into Borderlands, so I'm not going to say anything about it. But I don't know. I don't like where this is going. I'm shocked at how many people are defending it. I guess that marketing worked good on you. They sold you pretty hard, and now you're trying to sell it. I have no idea. But rent these games, beat them, and be done with them. How many people actually replay games anyways? But if you wanted to replay it, and it's a key card on here, and the servers are down, or they give you a certain amount of time, you can only download this thing 3 times, and this is your 4th time. They could do anything. They could do anything they wanted to do behind this. There's disclaimers on all of this. Nobody reads it. There's disclaimers in the beginning of the game. Nobody reads it. You don't own this. We'll take it from you whenever we want to. Thanks for your money. Anyway, that is my video today. Hopefully it was moderately entertaining. The No Vaseline brothers, I'm sure, will be in the comment section calling everybody broke. It's got nothing to do with. It's not the money. It's the idea of what you're doing. A game that costs less than $50 million shouldn't cost more than a game that costs $400 million to make. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work that way. These little kiddie graphics, these like graphics for 10-year-olds, people are buying into $80 for a game that looks like it's made for 10-year-olds. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, talk to you in the next video. Peace. And I mean, it's not all gloom and doom on my end. I know it has been in all my videos because it just irritates the hell out of me. The complete lack of a lineup, and everybody's like, talking about how great the lineup was. What was in this lineup that we don't already have? Even Mario Kart. Like, we have Mario Kart, and a lot of people were talking about like driving in between courses. Like, who really wants to do that? There's nothing to do anyways, other than like these menial tasks, like go do this over here, peon. Go find your little 5 coins, and we'll give you a thumbs up. It's like little cheap ass fetch missions. Like, okay, let me go do that. And then you got the Vaseline brothers over here who take or lack of Vaseline brothers over here who take it in the ass for everything these companies do, because they're like, I'll buy it. I think I'm rich. I'll buy it. Okay. I think Blockbuster needs to make a comeback. I really do. Just rent these games because you don't own them anyway. Let them deal with the key cards. You download it. You can't use it again anyway. It's the perfect system. It's a perfect situation. And it's even good for Nintendo, because if you like said game, you're probably just going to buy it after you tried it out at Blockbuster. I think it's a wonderful situation. But it's not just Nintendo. I mean, a lot of game companies are going this way on only putting certain amount of information on the disc. We're really seeing it with the Switch too, though. A lot. I mean, not all. But a lot of those games are getting put on things that you don't actually own the media anyway. You own a lazy chip. You put it in there, it enters the code for you, so you don't have to do it, and then it downloads the damn thing. It's crazy to me to watch this because I went to school for this whole. I know how to. I probably don't anymore, but I knew how to make video games back in the day, and I'm actually quite glad that I didn't get into the industry. I didn't like where it was going when I was coming out and graduation. I didn't like it. They were working people to death. I mean, they were literally working people like 110 hours a week to meet deadlines. And I'm like, oof. I had a lot of people that I knew in the industry. I am really glad that I didn't get into it. Unless you're one of these standouts that nobody can fire, which who knows? Maybe, anybody can get to that. But, yeah. Anyway, you could kind of see all the writing on the wall, but it's really, really in our face now. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.